Hey, everybody out there in Canada land. I hope everybody's doing well and having a good morning here and ready for this awesome New Year's Eve we're having tonight. I hope everybody's going to go out and have themselves a couple of drinky drinks or something. Um, Hair everywhere. You try having a Samoyed and not have hair on you. Anyways, I woke up this morning and like I do on a lot of mornings, I start scrolling through the news. So I had to look through the CBC News. That's our Canadian national news. It's one of the ones I go through quite often. Have a look, see what's being reported on. And what do I see? Is I see an article saying Canada is going to be going hard after the remaining $10 billion owed for the CERB payments. They've already clawed back $4 billion. There's another $10 billion owing, and they're coming for it, and they're coming for it hard. That CERB payment that you had to apply for, that some people didn't get because they weren't eligible for, and some people did get because they were eligible for. Well, those ones that were eligible and got that, they were then told that they weren't eligible actually, and you got to pay us back. So as crazy as that already is, there's still $10 billion remaining on that, and they're coming for it right after Christmas here, when nobody has any money because we had to spend it all on our families in this absolute ridiculous economy that we have here in Canada, where people can barely afford to live and barely afford to feed their families, and choosing between, that saying, eat or heat, right? So let's just take $10 billion out of that economy and help everybody out there. Well, I'm guessing. I mean, this is just I'm just postulating here. It probably has something to do with the fact that just a week ago, Carney promised to give another 2.5 billion over to Ukraine, which will make what? They already gave him like 6 billion or something already. So no, it's almost 10 billion right there. So got to get that money from somewhere, right? So we'll just suck that out of our dried up economy, and then ship that overseas so it can be split up between them and party on, Wayne. Oh, hey, you know what? I got an idea. Here's how we can start paying back that CERB money. That voluntary forced pew pew buyback program that we have going on, where if you it's voluntary that you sell them back to the government, or you're going to have the OPP come after you, that one. Or they estimate that it's going to be approximately $2 billion for all this crap. Instead of buying back everybody's legal weapons that they use to hunt and protect and feed their families, why don't we buy back these absolute ridiculous CERB debts? We could do that. We could just wipe that shit off the face of the earth, pretend like it never happened, it's kind of like washing a skid mark out of your underwear. You know what I'm saying, Canada? Right, Carney? Probably pretty good at that already, right? Washing skid marks out your underwear. Well, why don't you wash that one out? Jesus Christ, man. Fucking people are starving. But he's not, right? He's good at, that's one thing Carney's good at. He's a banker, right? He's good at making money. The only problem is he's good at making money for him and not for us, for Canada. He's good at making money for him, but not good at making money for Canada. Sucks. I'm hoping that... I'm hoping that enough people learn this lesson over this one here. We tried Trudeau several times, and everybody was like, oh, there's no way he's getting voted back in. No, what the fuck he gets voted back in? And then he shuts her down, and people are like, oh, the Liberals are out now. Here comes Carney. Like, what fucking planet are we on here? Maybe it's just me, but... I just said I would read the CBC News, but it's funny that every time you talk to somebody that's a Liberal, what do they got running in their house all day long? They got the CTV, the CBC, and the CNN running all day long in their house. Yeah, I don't know. Just saying. Anyways, you guys have a happy new year. Yeah. Fuck.